So there's a next time.
Definitely.
Great. Well, all right, good night.
Ugh, our stupid neighbor's dog barks 24/7. God, I hate dogs.
You do?
Yeah, they're just slobbery, annoying, needy little bastards.
Family Guy has always been known for its over-the-top humor and dark jokes. But which dark humor moments are your favorites from the show? We couldn't choose only one, so here's a list of some of the best dark humor jokes that you can find in Family Guy. Human rights are always in danger in Family Guy, and this episode is the clearest example of that. After Peter starts to owe Mort Goldman a large quantity of money, the pharmacist offers a new solution to the protagonist so he can pay his debts. He suggests to Peter that he should sell his daughter to him because his son is super obsessed with Meg. And obviously, Peter accepts that proposition. Seeing how Meg is sold by her father and later enslaved by two other weird males is such a dark thing to see in an episode. In the end, and after some contractual issues, things go back as they were before, but it's a very strange episode nonetheless.
Okay, Peter, I'm off to my book club. You'll babysit Stewie?
Only if I can have a popsicle.
Only if you say it right.
Popsicle.
Good. And you better be responsible tonight. I don't want a repeat of the last time I left you alone with one of our children. It's just so horrible.
We know that Peter isn't the best father ever, right? But who would have thought that he would even kill his own son? This episode might be all about O.J. Simpson, but it had a very weird moment that we wanted to mention. After Lois leaves the house to go to her book club, she seems worried about leaving Peter alone at home with Stewie and reminds him of the last time he was alone with one of their kids. Right after that, we see a scene of both Peter and Lois in a cemetery watching the grave of Peter Griffin Jr. But who is that Peter Griffin Jr. and who killed that little guy?
I'm so glad there's no hard feelings. Listen, Peter, we should catch up. Why don't you come over to my place for a beer or something?
Oh, that sounds great. Hey, you want me to pick anything up on the way over, or no, you're good?
Oh, I guess we could maybe just order something.
Yeah, I don't have any cash, but we'll figure it out.
Religion, sexuality, all these themes have always been mentioned throughout Family Guy's long run, but this episode mixes everything up and takes it to the next level. Here, Peter befriends Jesus and tries to help him fix his sexual inactivity, trying to do something so Jesus can get laid. A couple of dates and plans. Jesus even tries to flirt with Lois and have sex with her during this episode. Peter discovers that Jesus always played the role of the loser single guy so he can sleep with his friends' wives. This leaves Jesus in such a bad spot and portrays him as a bad, backstabbing friend. Such a weird portrayal.
See, this is how American society treats unique, enthusiastic children. Really? Productive?
Yeah. And college kids take it all the time so they can focus on their studies and drinking alcohol with their butts.
Drugs are a serious problem, especially when Stewie is the one who does them. In this episode, Stewie is shown to have ADHD problems, and after he gets diagnosed and prescribed, both he and Brian start to develop a big addiction to the pills. This episode really resembles how bad a drug addiction can get and how they can ruin your life and your friendship. Also, it's really sad to see how much drugs influence Stewie's behavior. The cool thing is that we got a George R.R. Martin cameo for this episode.
Oh, it's you. I'm not in right now. Please leave a message. Beep.
Man, I hate these things. Yeah, hi, this is Peter Griffin. I'm sorry I missed you.
Peter, play with this.
You know, Family Guy doesn't hide themselves when it comes to racist jokes and racist behavior, and this time it was the Jewish community who took a big shot. In this episode, Peter befriends a Jewish man named Max Weinstein, and he hires him to manage his finances. Due to this, he ends up changing his ideals and converts to Judaism. This episode was heavily criticized and even got some accusations of anti-Semitism, which pushed Fox back from airing the episode at first. They've got a big backlash for this one.
For a ride in the car.
Hey, Dr. Griffin!
Yeah, Hofstra. Hofstra. Pets need safety schools, too.
This time it was Lois who fell victim to drug abuse and became a drug addict. After he falls down the floor, Brian goes to see the doctor and he gets a prescription for some painkillers. Feeling bored at home after watching some TV, Lois wants to find something that sparks her life, and she decides to try some of the pills that Brian had. Trying these drugs puts her in a big state of euphoria, thus transforming her into an addict. This episode shows how bad drug addictions can get because that completely messes Lois's psyche up, and it's kind of scary seeing how she behaves after the addiction takes a toll on her. But always in the humorous way that Family Guy usually provides us with.
We have decided against the procedure.
Really? Why?
Because it's killing babies, Brian. If God wanted us to kill babies, he'd make them all Chinese girls.
Peter, it's not a baby. It's a fertilized egg. It's the size of the tip of a pin.
It's alive, isn't it? To kill any living thing is an abortion. That's what the man I just met outside the clinic told me. And he had a t-shirt on that confirmed it.
If you thought that Family Guy would address such an important topic like abortion in a delicate and respectful way, well, you were clearly wrong. In this episode, Lois decides to become a surrogate mother for a couple of friends. In typical Family Guy fashion, things go horribly bad when the soon-to-be parents die in a plane crash, leaving Lois to decide what she would do with the child. This episode takes a social issue like abortion to the extreme and received such heat that it was erased from Disney Plus and was even pulled off TV.
Geez, how far along are you? I'm not really sure. 2 days, 6 months? There's a certain amount of guesswork involved in this. Oh, and while I'm pregnant, I'm going to need you to change the cat litter.
We don't have a cat.
Please don't fight me on this. Oh, my back is killing me. And I've also been experiencing a little morning sickness.
From surrogate mothers to abortion to Stewie getting pregnant, this episode might be one of the most shocking and weird episodes that Family Guy has offered, because here Stewie gets impregnated with Brian's son? After Brian distances from Stewie, our little evil genius elaborates a plan to get his friend back. He steals some of his doggy DNA and uses a fertilization machine to impregnate himself with Brian's genes. This episode had some weird moments, like when Brian punches Stewie in his stomach, him trying to throw Stewie down the stairs, and of course watching Stewie giving birth to Brian's puppies.
Oh, Dad, I've been worried sick. Where have you been? Listen, I feel awful about the things I said last night. I was selfish.
There's no collective that is safe from Family Guy's jokes and mistreatment, and in this episode, trans people were the ones who got attacked. Quagmire's dad was the first transgender character to ever be introduced into Family Guy's cast, and they wasted no time using the character to mock the whole transgender community. Some very unnecessary details can be found when Quagmire doesn't accept the fact that his father is transgender, or when Brian starts vomiting after he finds the true identity of Ida after he spends the night with her. Many people got angry after seeing that the character was a mere device to make jokes about trans people. They even revived this love story a couple seasons later.
I was trying to get back into my house, and my neighbor, Mr. Griffin, shot me. He said he felt threatened by me, and that hurt even worse than getting shot.
To finish with this video, we decided to pick one episode that shows one of the worst aspects shown in Family Guy: racism. In this episode, Peter mistakenly shoots Cleveland Jr. after he encounters Cleveland's son in the middle of the night while coming back home. This episode was heavily inspired by the death of Trayvon Martin, and the directors got a lot of backlash because it was such a delicate issue to parody and to be satirical about. Well, there you have it, Family Guy fans. Here are some of the darkest humor episodes that we've found in your favorite show. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel so we can show you even funnier Family Guy content. Until the next time, goodbye.
Is this your dog?
Yes. Isn't he the cutest little cutie wootie? Look how cute he is.
Yes, he's very cute.
Yes, he's cute. Yes, he's cute, 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 cute. Look at him, look at him, look at him.
Okay.
Look at it. Look at that face. Come on, look at that face. You look at him. Look at that fucking face.